Hello everyone. Um, Hope everyone is keeping well. The video I wanted to make again is I wanted to make another video about OCD. I just wanted to once again explain about what OCD is, and like you know like like from my experience of it. OCD stands for obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's about these intrusive thoughts that that enter your brain, like um, for example, if you're doing a task as simple as hold on, I'll just show you a good example here. Let's just move my webcam around here. Sorry about this. Okay, just show you my TV here now. Right. Now I'm going to turn off my TV here, right? Now, see, my TV's off there now. Now what's this? Put it on again. See, so that's just an Xbox game I'm playing. Yeah, and you see, a good example of OCD is like when you're switching off something, like when you're going out somewhere or going to bed at night time or whatever. Like you'd have to make sure that it's actually off. It wouldn't be like a person with OCD. It wouldn't be just enough for them to just press the button the once, like and like and just walk away straight after pressing straight after. It wouldn't be enough for that person to just walk away. Straight after pressing the button, like whatever. You know, you'd have to from my experience, like I had to stare at the light for at least a minute, just to make sure that the TV was actually off. Just simple things like that. Sorry. Yeah. As I said, like that's just an example of what you go through with OCD. You're constantly checking to make sure that this is off, and that this door and this window, whatever, is closed. Like you're excessively checking these things. And if you are excessively checking these things, then that is a sign of OCD. Um, where you can't just like close the door once, or close the window once, or turn off a TV, or a washing machine or dishwasher once. Like you have to go back and check to make sure that you'd done any of them things properly. If you have to go back, and if you get the urge, if you get this thought, if you get this invasive thought that comes into your brain, that you have to go back, and that if you don't go back and check this thing or whatever, something bad would happen, and you'd be these thoughts like can be very convincing, as I'm speaking from personal experience, you know. Um, I had quite a bad time with OCD for a while, so I did. Um, you know, and the things that I'd mentioned about switching off things, that was, and about switching off things and making sure things are off, like, you know, that was quite a that was quite a big problem for me. So, and I'm sure it was, and I'm sure it still is quite a big problem for some other people out there. But you know, like, there's no need to suffer with OCD, because there is help for it out there, just like there's help for lots of other things. You know, um, I had to go and I had to go and do some sessions of CBT, and that stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. I think I had to do about about 10 weeks. I had to do about 10 weeks of that, or something like that. Anyway, I can't remember exactly, but you know, and you know, in more recently, now that was about 2 years ago. I think that was about 2 years ago. I done the CBT, and you know, more recently, you know, I was just kind of uh, reflecting back, like, to my childhood, like, you know, um, and you know, I realize now that you know, the more I reflected back to my childhood, the more I realized that I had OCD symptoms as a child. Um, you know, uh, I had obsessive thoughts as a child as well. You know, so yeah, I realized that I was obsessed about certain things as a child. So anyway, and plus, you see, I had a fair bit of negativity in my childhood, same as the rest of my family had. You know, um, you know, we hadn't exactly the best upbringing. You know, but anyway, we got through it, and you know, so yeah, and you know, like, there's a history of depression, particularly on my dad's side, you know, and alcoholism as well. So you know, that didn't help things. As a matter of fact, that is what contributed to the kind of like to the negativity in the childhood, like, you know. So you know, as you can imagine, the problem with the alcohol caused problems in the family, you know. So anyway, yeah, and and plus I have a mild, well, it's a mild learning disability. So you know, I had that to cope with as well, and I have to admit that there were times that when I did, in my own mind, I've never told this to anyone, but I did kind of find it hard to accept that I had a mild learning disability, and or that I have a mild learning disability, and you know, like, there were, you know, like, when I had to when I had to, like, tell that to people, I think I found it I kind of I found it hard, like, when I had to tell that to people, like, you know, Um, I think I was afraid that people might think less of me or something like that, But I think I think now that I feel that I can tell people that without worrying about what they think, what they might think. So anyway, um, yeah, and to be honest, it's uh, to really find out that I had OCD. It took a bit of a it took a bit of a mishap that happened to me to find out that I had OCD, like to really trigger it off. I never even really knew what OCD was, uh, until I was diagnosed with it about 2 years ago. So anyway, uh, oh yeah, when I after I was diagnosed with OCD, uh, this this doctor that I was seeing at the time, uh, he put me on these. Yeah, as you can see, it's Prozac, 20 milligram. Uh, I take I take one of these every day. So I do, and like it has now they they don't fully, as you know, as I'm sure a lot of you know out there, but for those of you who maybe don't know, that you don't fully get rid of your symptoms. There might be days where you'll still get the odd tremor. You know. For a while now, I did find that hard when I still got the odd tremor, but I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to it by now, so I did. So and most days now I do have a good day. So most days, thankfully. So uh, these tablets did do uh, these tablets they did do some good for me. So now um, you know um, like from what I've read or heard or whatever, is that is that the same tablets, they don't is that the same tablets don't work for everybody. I think different people respond to different tablets or whatever. So anyway, and oh yeah, there's another thing I've started taking lately as well, which I read on the internet was good for the brain. Um, I've started taking supplements like 7Cs. There's fish oil in these. There's fish oil in 7Cs, uh, which I believe is great. Which I believe is good for the brain. I've read on the internet that that fish oil is supposed to be very good for your brain. Now, I would advise anyone out there who is who has not taken these before, and is possibly considering taking these now, to please check to please check to please check with your doctor before taking these, just to make sure that they would be suitable for you. So that's just a bit of advice for you. So excuse me if I was repeating myself there, but I think that's part of my OCD, is when I do repeat on my sentences sometimes, so or my words, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, anyway, so that's oh yeah, something else wanted to show you as well. I almost forgot. Um, there's a book that I picked up about OCD. It's called Overcoming Obsessive Thoughts. Now, I can't remember exactly where I picked up this book, whether it was in a library on the internet. Oh, actually, now that I do remember, I did pick. I think I did pick up this book in Eason's. Well, you see, I'm here in Ireland, so we've Eason's here in Ireland. I'm not sure if there's Eason's in the UK or not, but you know, if there isn't, I'm sure that you can pick up this book or books similar to this about OCD on the internet, maybe on websites, maybe on auction websites such as Amazon or eBay or whatever. You know, I'm sure you can pick them up some on one of them websites as well. So anyway, you know, and this is it's a useful book. Like you know, like there's a lot of information about OCD in here, like you know, and I think about people's experiences of it and all that. But OCD, it's quite a, to be honest, it's quite a frightening thing to have. It can be very disturbing to people's lifestyles, like to people's social lives. Like there was times there where I could not go out. Like when, for example, like when me and my fiance would arrange to go out at a weekend, like on a Saturday evening. You know, I you know like the OCD like would just get such a grip on me that I had to cancel, that I would have to cancel in the end. I was kind of like I was basically like stressed out from the OCD, and that was it. And you know, like, and there was times like when I was fearful, and when I was working, I'm out of work at the minute due to the economy, but when I was working, there was days when I could not go into work because my OCD was just holding me back, and it was interfering with me, and it affected my work as well. So you know, like, so I'm advising anybody out there that, you know, like anybody out there who may be suffering with OCD, you know, like for anybody that has not received treatment for OCD, and is suffering unnecessarily with OCD, then please, 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 I am pleading with you to please go and get yourself help. You know, there is plenty of help out there for OCD. Please, or if you know of somebody, or if you know of anybody out there that may be suffering from OCD, or if you notice anyone that has OCD symptoms, like the symptoms that I described, then please, like there is help out there. So you know, there's plenty of help out there. You know, so and believe me, you will, at the end of the day, you will be glad that you've got the help, or that you've helped somebody in getting that help. So you know, so please, please take what I say seriously. So okay, right. Well, that's it. I'm wrapping up this video now, and as I said, just if you want to book something like this, you know, I think it's very, very useful to have, you know. So you know, so that's it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video for now, and please rate, comment, and subscribe, and please share any experiences that you may have had with OCD by leaving comments in the comment section on my channel. So Okay, well, bye for now and peace.